In the next 3 minutes, you will learn the hidden truth about finding Australian government grant information. Knowing this information could potentially save you hundreds of dollars right now and massively increase your chances of securing your financial comfort by getting a government business grant. In the next 3 minutes, you will learn how to find the information you're looking for, where to find the Australian government's free grants information website, and the pros and cons of the non-government companies offering a guide to Australian government grants as a commercial product. Let's get started. In Australia, there are approximately 7 major websites that you can get your grant information from. This is the inside scoop on all of them. The 7 main information sources in Australia are: number 1, the government's own grants website; number 2, the Australian Business Funding Centre; number 3, australianbusinessgrants.org; 4, Busy Grants; 5, Smarty Grants; 6, Grant Search; and number 7, Government Business Grants Australia. Now let's compare what information they offer versus how much. Number 1, the government's own grants website called GrantsLink. Absolutely free. However, as of March 2011, it contained only a total of 312 grants, and of those 312, over half were outdated, expired, closed, non-existent, or the page could not be found. Number 2, the Australian Business Funding Centre, $621. Number 3, the Australian Business Grants, $249. Number 4, Busy Grants, $195. Number 5, Smarty Grants, $2,000 to over $25,000. Number 6, Grant Search, $439.95 a year. And number 7, Government Business Grants Australia, $219.50. So the big question, are they all the same? No. Let's weigh up the pros and cons. Number 1, GrantsLink, the Australian government's free grants website. The positives, free. The negatives, minimal information on the grants, only 312 grants listed currently, and at least half of those are out of date, closed, or expired. Because this is the government's own website, it is by far the most used website. Therefore, of the grants that are listed, they have by far the highest competition in Australia for the funding available. Number 2, the Australian Business Funding Centre. We couldn't find any positives. The negatives, they are not an Australian funding centre. They're actually a small, non-Australian business based in Toronto, Canada. The product is insanely overpriced at $621. It contains at least 90% of the same content copied off the GrantsLink website. They do not give refunds unless forced to by the Australian Consumer Protection Agency, the ACCC. Numerous consumer complaints have been made to the ACCC about this company. Grant information provided is less than 1 paragraph per grant printed on an A5 piece of paper. Number 3, australianbusinessgrants.org. The positives are they're an Australian company. The product is only $249 and they provide other services. The negatives, it's owned by an ex-employee of the $621 Canadian business, the Australian Business Funding Centre. The product is virtually the same. They do not give refunds unless threatened with legal action, and they only provide a phone number on their website, thus forcing the reader of the website to ring the business, then they do the product hard sell to you over the phone when they've got you talking. Number 4, Busy Grants. Busy Grants is a great company. Australian owned, the product's only $195, very good reputation of a business, and the owner is a very well respected Australian businessman. The negatives though, it's only a series of 12 monthly newsletters, 1 per month for 12 months. It's not very comprehensive, and it's very expensive for solely a newsletter. 5, Smarty Grants. Smarty Grants is the high-end elite product in Australia. It's an Australian company, it's owned by the same owner as Busy Grants, and it's a complete grants management system. The negatives, it's more corporate focused. It's not really made for the lower end user, a new entrepreneur, and it's kind of priced out of the market at a minimum of $2,000 up to and above $25,000 for usage. Number 6, Grant Search. Been around for a very long time. It's an Australian business and it's an online subscription. The negatives, it's overpriced at $439.95 in our opinion. Poor customer service, they advertise on the website that they do not answer customer questions, and the product has not been updated since the 2004-2005 financial year, so it's 6 years out of date. Number 7, Government Business Grants Australia. We couldn't find any negatives, so here's the positives. It's a fully Australian business. Their product is offered with over 800 Australian government and non-government grants. They add another 50 to 100 grants every month. The product would contain over 2,200 pages of detailed information, so it's delivered on a CD and DVD format. Otherwise, the product would weigh 7 to 8 kilos in paper. They offer a full 7-day risk-free money-back guarantee, which none of the other companies do. All the grants have direct contact details to the people in control of the grants: phone, fax, and email. All the grants include direct links to all the required application forms. They have a full customer support team on Monday to Saturday. The product is guaranteed to be 3 times more comprehensive than any of the other guides on the market. It's completely independently researched from scratch. Basically, this means that they're not copying the information off GrantsLink like other companies do. In the coming future, they're offering trusts and philanthropy as part of the product, and it's only $219.50. Also, because they're an Australian business, it can be 100% written off as a business tax expense, so it's 100% tax deductible. The obvious results: price versus information. The best value is Government Business Grants Australia, over 800 grants at just $219.50. The worst value is the Australian Business Funding Centre from Canada at $621. So now just to recap, how to find the information you're looking for: the 7 main grant information websites as listed, the free government information, www.grantslink.gov.au, and the pros and cons of the commercial products. The best one, Government Business Grants Australia, www.governmentbusinessgrants.com.au.